Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and this video serves as an update to the fastest contract DLC video where I show the best fully upgraded contract DLC cars in terms of lap time. For all the information you need about this series, check the original contract DLC video, but otherwise let's see where the second batch of cars fall into their respective lists. And we're starting off with the Yuga Custom, obviously Lamar's Yuga, which can't be owned as of yet and it might never be possible to own it, not legitimately anyway, but I've been able to test it anyway and it's not very quick as you would probably expect. And obviously the Patriot mil spec also isn't very quick, as again you might have expected, but it is actually the quickest Patriot that we have at this point. It's about 6 seconds per lap quicker than the regular Patriot, so that's not bad, and it mainly gets that lap time from the tailgate option, giving it extra traction like a spoiler, so make sure you add that. And that's basically what gives it its lap time, because its top speed really isn't that great. We'll be seeing the top speed testing video for all of these cars tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. Next up we've got the Baller ST, which will be officially released later on, but it was given away free at Christmas time, so I was able to test it. And a 108.5 is pretty much right smack bang off the pace of all the other top SUVs. It's done the classic Baller thing where it's just slightly off the pace of all the top SUVs. It is the quickest of the now 7 Ballers that we have. The previous best was a 1 minute 14 from the Baller LE, but yeah, it's 4 seconds per lap slower than the Toros, 2 seconds per lap slower than sort of the rest of the top SUVs. It's not really going to do anything in a race, so it's kind of in a little bit of no man's land at the minute. And obviously, just to let you know, the reason that I'm testing all of these together and I didn't test them one by one is because, first of all, we got cars released when the snow was active, so I couldn't test them in the snow and get representative lap times. And also, I got married last week, so it's been a bit of a wait, but I finally managed to get everything done, so that's why you're seeing them all in this sort of part 2 video. So Comet S2 Cabrio is next, 41st in a ridiculously big sports class. 1 minute 4.765 means it is quicker than the regular Comet S2, and especially so after the nerf to all the tuners as well. And because it isn't classed as a tuner, it isn't affected by that nerf. So it's just like a normal car. You obviously can't race it with all the tuners, you can't get low grip tyres on and things like that. But yeah, it is quicker than the regular Comet S2. And obviously the first place vehicle for this part 2 is the Zeno. With a 1 minute 1.4, it's only good enough for 24th place in the Supers class. And it's pretty much your standard supercar affair, to be honest. It's just a bog standard lap time for a decent supercar. One thing to keep in mind is that the same bug that applies to the XA21 applies to this as well, which means that it'll flip on even the smallest curb, just be terrible over any curb or bump. It will have a tendency to flip over or anything like that. It's just not very good. Now the way to mitigate that is by keeping either the stock mirrors or no mirrors at all. If you're still having problems, you might have some side skirts on and you should probably keep those stock as well, but really it's the mirrors that are the main problem. And if you leave the stock mirrors on or put no mirrors on, you'll be totally fine. So just to keep in mind, you know, it is broken just like the XA21 still is. It's basically the same bug that's applied to that. But yeah, in terms of pace and performance, like I said, it's a standard supercar. It feels kind of similar to an Entity, honestly. It's more like a slightly quicker Entity XF, but then again, it's only about a second quicker than the old Entity anyway. And yeah, it's not able to get that 59-second lap time of the Ignis or the 58-second lap times of the Krieger and the Emirates. But again, it's a decent B tier supercar to add to the ever-increasing list for organised racing. It does weirdly have a very far camera angle though. I had to go to close camera just to get this close on it. So yeah, not that great in that respect, but yeah, it's another supercar and it adds to the list of B tier supercars for organised racing, on the pace of, say, things like the Osiris and all that kind of stuff. So it's an average supercar, but it's not going to be beating anything at the top anytime soon. And just quickly to go back to the Comet S2 Cabrio, it's basically priced exactly like all of the other tuner cars. It's a variation of another tuner car, the Comet S2, but it wasn't added to the tuners subclass. It wasn't given all the extra features of other tuner cars like the low grip tyres and lowered stance and all that kind of stuff. And that, to me, that's kind of expected. I expect tuners will now be completely forgotten about by Rockstar. They added 17 cars as part of that DLC, and that's the last time you're ever going to see another vehicle added to the tuners subclass. And the Comet S2 Cabrio kind of showcases that, because if they're not going to make that a tuner, they're not going to make anything else a tuner either. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Like I said, the top speed testing for all of these cars, the video for that will be coming tomorrow, and there's a fair few surprises in there for that as well, so yeah, keep an eye out for it. But for this one, that's pretty much it. Consider supporting on Patreon or become a YouTube member if you want testing results early, and remember to read the description for more info, comment with your thoughts, like the video if you enjoyed or found it helpful, and subscribe for more. Thank you all so much for watching, I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.